Hey cruise travelers! Imagine stepping onto your dream cruise, ready to explore the world, only to have your favorite items confiscated before you even leave the dock. Stressful, right? Well, here's the thing, cruise line rules are constantly changing, and what was perfectly fine on your last trip might now get you into trouble, or even land you in the naughty room. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel so you never miss the latest cruise tips, travel hacks, and essential packing rules. Bell. In this video, we're going to count down 20 cruise items you must never bring, from electronics to personal gadgets, even clothing, and explain exactly why they're banned. By the end, you'll know what to pack, what to leave behind, and how to have a smooth, stress-free cruise. So, let's dive in.
Number 1 is Bluetooth speakers and white noise machines. You might think that bringing along your small Bluetooth speaker or your trusty white noise machine for a relaxing night's sleep is perfectly harmless, but in 2025, that assumption could get you into trouble. Cruise lines like Carnival have now placed a strict ban on all Bluetooth-enabled audio devices, including portable speakers and white noise machines, even if your plan is to use them quietly inside the privacy of your cabin. Why such a strict rule? Officially, cruise officials say it's to make sure that every passenger can hear important emergency announcements without interference. Imagine a situation where an alert goes out and passengers are distracted by booming music. It could create dangerous confusion. But let's be honest, there's another less serious reason too. The cruise lines are trying to put an end to the unofficial, poolside DJs, who blast music from their cabins or balconies, turning the Lido deck into a full-blown festival, whether the rest of the passengers like it or not. This rule has caught many unsuspecting travelers off guard, as Bluetooth speakers and sleep machines were once considered a safe and convenient part of cruise travel. If you rely on a steady soundtrack or white noise to help you fall asleep during your voyage, don't worry, there's a simple workaround. Instead of risking confiscation, pack a pair of high-quality earbuds or noise-cancelling headphones. That way, you can still enjoy your music or soothing sounds without breaking the rules or drawing the attention of security. Just imagine, you, relaxing in your cabin with your favorite playlist, fully in control. Number 2 is personal Starlink and Wi-Fi sharing devices. For all the tech-savvy cruisers out there, this one is a real shocker. If you've been dreaming of staying fully connected on your cruise without paying for the often pricey onboard Wi-Fi, you might have considered bringing your own personal Starlink satellite dish or portable Wi-Fi hotspot. Unfortunately, as of 2025, cruise lines have officially banned these devices. The reason? Some passengers were cleverly bypassing the expensive onboard internet packages by setting up private satellite connections or sharing one paid Wi-Fi connection among a group of travelers. While that might seem harmless, it creates serious complications for the ship's network infrastructure and, more importantly, violates the cruise line's strict connectivity policies. Security teams are now actively scanning for these unauthorized networks, and if you're caught with a personal Starlink or any similar Wi-Fi sharing device, it will be confiscated immediately. Imagine spending hours unpacking your high-tech setup, excited to stream movies or post live updates to social media, only to have it taken away before you even leave the port. It's frustrating, costly, and, in some cases, could leave you stuck with the slow, shared onboard Wi-Fi everyone else is using. Pro tip: if connectivity is crucial for you during your cruise, plan ahead by purchasing the official onboard Wi-Fi package or limiting your online activities to apps and messaging that use minimal data. That way, you can avoid security hassles and still stay connected without risking confiscation. Remember, cruise ships may be floating paradises, but they have rules to keep the experience smooth and fair for everyone, and trying to hack around them with personal Wi-Fi is a quick way to attract unwanted attention. Number 3 is walkie-talkies and baby monitors. Families, this one might hit close to home. Walkie-talkies and wireless baby monitors were once a must-have on cruises, helping parents keep track of kids across sprawling decks or communicate between cabins. But in 2025, many cruise lines have made them completely off-limits. Why? Even low-power devices can interfere with the ship's critical communication systems. Cruise ships rely on radio frequencies for navigation, safety, and emergency coordination, so any unauthorized signal, even something as seemingly harmless as a walkie-talkie, can create dangerous interference. For parents, this ban can feel inconvenient, but there are alternatives. Modern cruise lines offer mobile apps that allow family members to stay in touch while on board. Otherwise, there's always the good old-fashioned method of knocking on doors or arranging meeting points. Ignoring this rule could mean a sudden visit from security, who will confiscate your device to ensure the safety of everyone on board. Imagine a parent trying to hear their baby through a monitor, only to be startled by static and blaring ship alarms before a crew member politely confiscates the device. It's not just embarrassing, it's potentially hazardous. Pro tip: plan ahead by familiarizing yourself with your cruise line's official communication tools and make sure your kids know where to meet you at set times. It keeps your family safe, stress-free, and keeps your gadgets out of trouble. Number 4 is boxed wine and bulk alcohol. For wine lovers and those who enjoy bringing a little extra spirit along for a balcony sunset, this 2025 cruise rule may come as a shock. While most cruise lines still allow each adult to bring a standard-sized bottle of wine, boxed wine and bulk alcohol are now completely banned. But why would cruise lines go so far as to forbid something as seemingly harmless as a box of wine? The reasons are both practical and security related. First, boxed wine is much harder for security staff to inspect. Unlike a standard glass bottle, the box's flexible packaging can hide other items or even alcohol that exceeds the allowed limits. Second, once a box is opened, it's difficult to control how much alcohol is consumed or where it's stored on the ship. This increases the risk of incidents or disputes, especially in shared areas. Cruise staff simply don't have the time or resources to monitor these larger, less manageable containers, so they've decided the safest course is a full ban. It's not just boxed wine that's affected. Large bottles of liquor, hard seltzers, and other bulk alcohol containers are off-limits as well. Passengers who try to bring these items may have them confiscated at check-in, or in some cases, they may be held and returned at the end of the cruise, but don't count on it. Imagine eagerly unpacking your favorite boxed Chardonnay, only to have it politely taken away by staff at the security desk, leaving you staring at your luggage with disappointment. Pro tip: if you want a drink on your balcony or to enjoy a special evening in your cabin, stick to single, sealed bottles of wine purchased from home or bought at the port. Not only does this keep you compliant with cruise rules, but it also ensures you won't face any surprises at check-in or have your relaxing evening interrupted. Number 5 is upside-down pineapple decorations. For many cruisers, decorating your cabin door with an upside-down pineapple was once just a fun, tropical way to personalize your space and show some cruise spirit. Bright, quirky, and playful, it gave hallways a cheerful island vibe, and for some, it became a recognizable symbol in cruise culture. However, as of 2026, this seemingly innocent decoration has landed on the banned items list. The reason behind the ban isn't about safety, ship rules, or decor standards, it's about social signals. Over the years, the upside-down pineapple became widely recognized as a secret code within certain adult cruising communities, signaling an interest in swinging or meeting new partners for intimate encounters. While it started as a playful tradition, cruise lines like Carnival have decided it creates too many awkward situations and potential conflicts between passengers, so they've cracked down hard. Imagine arriving at your cabin with your cheerful pineapple on the door, only to find staff walking by and removing it, politely explaining that it's no longer allowed. It's not personal, it's about maintaining a comfortable environment for all passengers and preventing misunderstandings. Even if your intention was purely decorative, the symbol's new meaning on cruises makes it a no-go. Pro tip: if you enjoy decorating your cabin for fun, stick to traditional tropical decorations, like flowers, seashells, or standard welcome signs. Alternatively, if you're on a themed cruise where such symbols are explicitly permitted, you can safely embrace the fun. But on regular sailings, it's best to leave the upside-down pineapple at home. This way, you can enjoy your cruise without attracting unnecessary attention or awkward conversations from fellow passengers or staff. Number 6 is multi-plug outlets and regular socket extenders. If you're someone who travels with multiple devices, phones, tablets, cameras, laptops, or smart gadgets, you might be used to bringing a surge protector or multi-plug outlet to keep everything charged. On many modern cruises, this used to be a lifesaver, especially in older cabins with only 1 or 2 power outlets. However, in 2026, cruise lines like Royal Caribbean have quietly added multi-plug adapters and outlets with standard sockets to their banned items list, and the reasoning is both safety and electrical compliance. Even small outlet extenders or cube multi-plugs are now considered a risk. Cruise ships have limited electrical systems designed to handle the onboard load safely. Overloading a single outlet with multiple devices could potentially cause short circuits, sparks, or even fire hazards. While USB-only hubs remain acceptable, any device that allows multiple standard plugins is subject to confiscation at security. This rule has caught many passengers off guard, particularly those traveling with families or groups who rely on these handy devices to keep phones and tablets charged during long sea days. Imagine settling into your cabin after a long day of excursions, plugging in your multiplug only to see sparks fly and a security officer stepping in to confiscate it. Not only is it inconvenient, but it's also a stark reminder that cruise lines take onboard safety extremely seriously. Pro tip: bring a high-quality USB-only charging hub or power bank instead. These allow you to charge multiple devices safely, comply with cruise rules, and avoid that frustrating moment at check-in where your trusted multiplug is taken away. Planning ahead ensures your devices stay powered, your devices remain safe, and you can focus on enjoying your cruise without any unexpected interruptions. Number 7 is drones. For travelers who love capturing breathtaking views of the ocean, sunset sailorways, or panoramic shots of the ship, drones might seem like the perfect companion. Unfortunately, in 2026, most cruise lines have placed strict restrictions, or outright bans, on drones on board. While drones can create stunning footage, they also pose serious safety, legal, and privacy concerns. Many cruise ships ban drones entirely while at sea because they can interfere with ship operations, navigation, or radar systems. Additionally, launching a drone from a moving vessel can be extremely risky. Strong winds, limited space, and the ship's movement increase the chances of accidents. Even in ports, restrictions are tight. Some lines allow drones only if they are checked in with ship security, flown in designated areas, and only in ports where local authorities permit drone use. A single mistake, like launching a drone in a restricted port, could result in your drone being confiscated, fines, or even legal action, as some countries enforce drone regulations strictly. For example, one passenger attempting to film their cruise from the air in a restricted country was actually detained briefly because their drone violated local laws. Imagine spending months planning the perfect aerial shots, only to have the drone taken away or worse, facing fines. The dream of those cinematic sunrise or sunset shots can quickly turn into a stressful, expensive experience. Pro tip: if you love capturing memories, consider alternatives. High-resolution smartphones, GoPros, or action cameras on poles can give you stunning footage without risking confiscation or legal trouble. And if drones are a must, research port rules ahead of time and only use them where legally permitted and with prior approval from the cruise line. Safety and legality should always come first. Your epic footage isn't worth a fine or being banned from future cruises. Number 8 is pool noodles and floaties. If you were dreaming of lounging in the cruise ship pool on your favorite flamingo floaty or bouncing around with a colorful pool noodle, it's time for a reality check. As of 2026, most cruise lines have implemented strict, no-float rules for pools, and this includes everything from pool noodles and inflatable rings to oversized floaties for both kids and adults. While it may seem harmless or even fun, the policy exists for very practical reasons: safety and crowd control. Cruise ship pools can become crowded, especially during peak hours. Inflatable toys, noodles, and oversized floats take up space, block lifeguard views, and can create hazards for swimmers. Even a small noodle can accidentally hit someone, while large floats can tip over, causing accidents. The ban is strictly enforced. If a crew member spots a floaty being brought to the pool, it will be confiscated immediately. Don't worry, this doesn't mean you have to give up water fun entirely. Life vests are allowed for safety, and they are often provided free of charge by the cruise staff. These vests allow kids and adults to safely enjoy the pool while keeping the water area clear and manageable. The goal is to prevent accidents before they happen and ensure everyone's safety. Picture this: kids running excitedly toward the pool with their inflatable flamingo, only to be stopped by a smiling staff member who gently explains that all floaties are banned. While a little disappointing, it's a quick and polite way to keep the pool area safe and enjoyable for all passengers. Pro tip: leave your pool noodles, giant floaties, and inflatable toys at home. Instead, bring swimsuits, goggles, and enthusiasm. Cruise pools are still a blast without large inflatables, and you won't risk having your toys confiscated or causing a scene. Number 10 is poker for cash in public areas. A friendly game of poker with fellow passengers can feel like the perfect way to unwind at sea. Cards on the table, ocean breeze in the air, and a little friendly competition. It sounds harmless. And in many ways, it is. But the moment real cash appears on the table outside the ship's casino, it becomes strictly forbidden. In 2026, cruise lines are enforcing this rule more aggressively than ever, and many passengers are caught off guard by how quickly staff will shut these games down. The reason behind this ban goes far beyond simple house rules. Cruise ships operate under international maritime and gambling laws, which are incredibly strict. Unregulated cash gambling in public areas like lounges, pool decks, buffet spaces, or even private group tables creates legal and liability issues for the cruise line. It can also lead to disputes, arguments, or uncomfortable situations among passengers. To avoid all of this, cruise companies limit cash gambling to designated casino areas only, where everything is supervised, licensed, and monitored. Passengers who ignore this rule often find their game interrupted mid-hand by staff members who politely, but firmly, step in. Cash is removed from the table, chips are collected, and the game ends immediately. Imagine enjoying a casual poker game with friends when suddenly a crew member appears, explains the rule, and shuts it down on the spot. It's awkward, unnecessary, and completely avoidable. Pro tip: if you want to play poker or any card game for money, head straight to the ship's casino. Not only is it legal there, but you'll also get professional tables, comfortable seating, proper lighting, and a lively atmosphere designed for gaming. If you prefer to play casually in public areas, keep it friendly, no cash, no bets, just bragging rights. That way, you can enjoy the game without risking an uncomfortable encounter with security or staff. Number 11. Is wheelchairs without accessible cabin bookings. This next rule is one of the most serious on the list, and it's already causing major problems for travelers in 2026. Some UK-based cruise lines have introduced a strict policy requiring any passenger traveling with a wheelchair to book an officially designated accessible cabin. If a passenger arrives with a wheelchair but has booked a standard cabin instead, they may be denied boarding entirely, and at their own expense. This is not a rumor or an online exaggeration, it is already being enforced. Cruise lines say the rule is based on safety and emergency preparedness. In the event of an evacuation or onboard emergency, crew members must be able to assist passengers with limited mobility quickly and safely. Accessible cabins are designed with wider doorways, step-free access, reinforced bathrooms, and nearby evacuation routes. When a wheelchair user is placed in a standard cabin, it can create serious logistical challenges during emergencies, especially on older ships not originally designed with full accessibility in mind. However, for many travelers, this rule has come as a painful surprise. In the past, some passengers used foldable wheelchairs and booked standard cabins without issue. Now, arriving at the port with a wheelchair that was not declared in advance can lead to a devastating outcome, being turned away at check-in after travel, hotel stays, and flights have already been paid for. Imagine reaching the terminal, luggage packed, cruise documents in hand, only to be told you cannot board because your cabin does not meet the new requirements. Pro tip: if you or someone in your party uses a wheelchair, always declare it during booking and specifically reserve an accessible cabin, even if the wheelchair is foldable or only used part-time. It's also wise to call the cruise line directly and confirm accessibility arrangements in writing before your sailing date. This step may cost more upfront, but it protects you from far greater financial and emotional loss later. Number 12. Is camouflage clothing. This last rule surprises many cruise passengers because it has nothing to do with ship safety and everything to do with local law. In 2026, cruise lines are strongly warning travelers not to pack camouflage clothing, especially on Caribbean itineraries. In countries such as Jamaica, Barbados, and several other Caribbean nations, wearing camouflage patterns is illegal for civilians and strictly reserved for military and law enforcement personnel. This applies not just to jackets or pants, but also to t-shirts, hats, bags, and even small accessories with camo prints. Many travelers unknowingly pack camouflage clothing simply because it's fashionable, practical, or blends well with outdoor activities. However, stepping off the ship in camo gear can quickly turn a relaxing shore excursion into an uncomfortable encounter with local authorities. In some ports, civilians wearing camouflage can be fined, questioned, detained, or forced to change clothes immediately. Cruise lines don't want their guests facing legal trouble in foreign countries, so they now clearly advise leaving camo items at home before sailing. Imagine stepping onto a beautiful Caribbean island, excited to explore, only to be stopped by local police because of the shirt you're wearing. It's an awkward and stressful situation that can completely derail your day. While cruise staff may warn passengers ahead of time, the responsibility ultimately falls on the traveler to follow local laws once ashore. Pro tip: before packing, double-check your clothing for camouflage patterns, even subtle ones. Choose solid colors, tropical prints, or lightweight travel wear instead. It's a simple packing adjustment that helps you avoid legal trouble, ensures smooth shore excursions, and lets you enjoy your cruise without unnecessary stress. Number 13. Is irons, steamers and heating devices. Cruise ships take fire safety extremely seriously, because out at sea, even a small accident can become a major emergency. That is why personal irons, garment steamers, heating pads, hot plates, and any device that produces heat are strictly banned in cruise cabins. Even compact travel steamers may seem harmless, but they can easily overload the ship's electrical system or overheat in a confined space. Cruise cabins are designed with limited power capacity, and one overheated device is all it takes to trigger alarms or worse. To prevent this risk, cruise lines carefully inspect luggage during boarding, and if an iron or steamer is found, it will be confiscated immediately and returned only at the end of the cruise, if at all. Instead, cruise ships offer professional laundry services, pressing services, or shared ironing rooms that are specially designed with fire-safe equipment. Bringing your own iron might feel convenient, but on a cruise, it is one shortcut that can stop your vacation before it even begins. Number 14 is surge-protected power strips. One of the most common cruise mistakes happens before the ship even leaves the port. Many passengers pack surge-protected power strips, thinking they are being smart and protecting their devices. But on a cruise ship, these surge protectors are actually banned. The reason is simple but serious. Cruise ships use highly sensitive and balanced electrical systems, and surge protectors can interfere with this system, causing power fluctuations or false safety alerts. Even a brand new, high-quality surge protector can trigger automatic shutdowns or overload circuits inside a cabin. During boarding, security scanners easily detect these devices, and if a surge-protected power strip is found, it will be confiscated immediately. However, not all power strips are banned. Cruise lines allow non-surge, cruise-approved power strips designed specifically for ship use. Knowing the difference can save you time, stress, and a trip to the security desk before your vacation even begins. Pro tip: always look for power strips labeled "No Surge Protection" and "Cruise Approved." USB-only power hubs are usually the safest choice. Number 15 is CBD products and medical cannabis. This is one of the most dangerous cruise mistakes because many passengers assume that if something is legal at home, it must be allowed on a cruise. CBD oils, gummies, creams, vape cartridges, and medical cannabis fall into this exact trap. While these products may be legal or medically prescribed in your country or state, cruise ships travel through multiple international ports, each with its own strict drug laws. Cruise lines are required to follow the laws of every country they visit, not just the rules of the ship. In many destinations, CBD and cannabis products are considered illegal substances, regardless of medical approval. If these items are found during boarding or port inspections, passengers can face immediate confiscation, denial of boarding, removal from the ship, heavy fines, or even arrest in certain countries. Cruise lines offer no exceptions for medical use unless specifically approved in advance, and even then, options are extremely limited. What feels like a harmless wellness product at home can quickly turn into a serious legal problem at sea. Pro tip: never bring CBD or cannabis products on a cruise unless the cruise line has given you written approval and you have verified the laws of every port on your itinerary. Number 16 is toy weapons and costume props. This rule surprises many passengers, especially families and costume lovers. On a cruise ship, toy guns, replica swords, prop knives, cosplay weapons, and realistic costume props are not allowed, even when they are clearly fake. Cruise security does not take chances when it comes to safety. Ships carry thousands of guests, and security teams must respond instantly to anything that looks like a potential threat. A plastic toy gun or decorative sword can trigger alarms, panic nearby passengers, or force unnecessary security lockdowns. Because of this, cruise lines follow a zero-tolerance policy. If these items are found during boarding or cabin inspections, they are usually confiscated and often not returned at the end of the cruise. This applies to Halloween costumes, theme nights, kids' toys, and collectible replicas. What seems playful or decorative at home can become a serious safety concern at sea. Pro tip: if you are dressing up for a theme night, choose soft accessories, hats, masks, or clothing-based costumes. Avoid anything shaped like a weapon, even toys or props. Number 17 is high-powered hair dryers. Many passengers love bringing their personal high-powered hair dryers, thinking they'll save time and style perfectly while on vacation. However, cruise ships have strict electrical regulations, and high-wattage salon-style hair dryers are often restricted or banned. The reason is simple: cruise cabins have limited power capacity, and using a high-powered dryer can easily overload the circuits, trip breakers, or even create fire hazards. Most cruise cabins already provide approved hair dryers that are safe, efficient, and designed to work with the ship's electrical system. Even if your dryer is compact, if it exceeds the allowed wattage, security may confiscate it during boarding. Bringing your own high-powered device might seem convenient, but on a cruise, safety always comes first. Pro tip: if you want to use your personal dryer, check the cruise line's guidelines for maximum wattage. Otherwise, rely on the cabin-provided hair dryer. It's safer and hassle-free. Number 17 is high-powered hair dryers. Many passengers love bringing their personal high-powered hair dryers, thinking they'll save time and style perfectly while on vacation. However, cruise ships have strict electrical regulations, and high-wattage salon-style hair dryers are often restricted or banned. The reason is simple: cruise cabins have limited power capacity, and using a high-powered dryer can easily overload the circuits, trip breakers, or even create fire hazards. Most cruise cabins already provide approved hair dryers that are safe, efficient, and designed to work with the ship's electrical system. Even if your dryer is compact, if it exceeds the allowed wattage, security may confiscate it during boarding. Bringing your own high-powered device might seem convenient, but on a cruise, safety always comes first. Pro tip: if you want to use your personal dryer, check the cruise line's guidelines for maximum wattage. Otherwise, rely on the cabin-provided hair dryer. It's safer and hassle-free. Number 18. Is cash gambling outside the casino? Many passengers enjoy card games, poker nights, or friendly dice games while on vacation, but on a cruise ship, gambling for cash outside the casino is strictly prohibited. Even if it seems harmless or just for fun, cruise lines enforce this rule carefully. Cruise ships are floating cities with licensed casinos, and all gambling must take place within these controlled areas. This ensures compliance with international laws, prevents disputes, and avoids potential criminal violations. If passengers are caught playing for money anywhere else on the ship, whether in cabins, lounges, or public decks, staff can immediately shut down the game, confiscate stakes, and issue warnings. Some ships may even enforce stricter penalties for repeated offenses. Remember, the casino is the only legal place to gamble at sea. Pro tip: if you love poker or card games, keep it fun and cash-free, or stick to the ship's casino where staff can ensure safe and legal gameplay. Number 19. Is unregistered medical equipment. For passengers who rely on medical devices, cruise lines have very specific rules to ensure safety for everyone on board. Devices like oxygen machines, CPAP machines, mobility scooters, wheelchairs, or nebulizers are absolutely essential for some travelers, but they must be registered with the cruise line well before sailing. Bringing these devices without prior approval can create serious problems. Cruise staff need to verify power requirements, space for storage, and safety protocols. If your equipment is unregistered, you might face boarding delays, cabin reassignment, or even being denied boarding until proper arrangements are made. Cruise ships operate with limited medical facilities and specialized storage areas, so following these rules is critical for your own safety and for smooth sailing. Pro tip: always contact the cruise line at least 60 days before departure to register medical devices. Bring all documentation, prescriptions, or manuals, and confirm cabin arrangements for accessibility and power supply. Number 20. Is very important point. Hidden or disguised alcohol containers. Trying to sneak alcohol onto a cruise ship is a tempting idea for some, but it's one of the riskiest mistakes a passenger can make. Cruise lines have highly advanced scanners and trained security staff that can easily detect hidden or disguised alcohol. Flasks or bottles disguised as sunscreen, mouthwash, water bottles, or even sports drinks are not allowed. If caught, the alcohol will be confiscated immediately, and repeat offenders may face fines, penalties, or even denial of boarding on future cruises. Remember, cruise lines have strict policies to ensure safety and compliance with international laws, and trying to bypass them is never worth the risk. It's much safer to enjoy the beverages offered in the ship's bars or restaurants, which are often reasonably priced and fully legal. Pro tip: avoid bringing alcohol in any disguised container. If you want to bring alcohol, check the cruise line's official alcohol policy. Some ships allow a limited number of bottles to be packed in checked luggage, but rules vary by line and destination. And there you have it. What looks like a simple vacation on the surface is actually guided by a living rulebook that changes quietly, year after year. Cruise lines constantly update their policies to keep ships safe, ports compliant, and guests protected. Something that slipped through without issue on your last cruise could suddenly be flagged, confiscated, or even cause denied boarding on your next one. That's why smart travelers don't just pack their bags, they pack knowledge. A smooth cruise doesn't happen by accident. It happens when you know the rules before you reach the terminal, when you understand what's allowed, what's restricted, and what could quietly turn into an expensive mistake. A little awareness before you sail can save you from frustration, embarrassment, and lost vacation time once you're on board. The goal isn't to scare you, it's to prepare you. Cruises are still one of the most relaxing ways to see the world, but only if you're moving with the rules, not against them. When you know what to avoid, you travel lighter, stress less, and enjoy every sunset, every port, and every moment at sea with confidence. So before your next cruise, take a few minutes to double-check the latest policies, review your packing list carefully, and stay informed. Rules evolve. Ships change. Ports have their own laws. And the passengers who enjoy the best cruises are always the ones who stay one step ahead. If this video helped you avoid even one mistake, make sure to like it, share it with a fellow traveler, and subscribe this YouTube Cruise Insider Guide channel for more tips that help you sail smarter, safer, and happier. Your vacation deserves nothing less.